If you saw a random woman on the street, would you yell at her from the car window? You go up to a random lady and say, "Can I get a photo with you?" And she's like, "No, what the f-?" And then you get mad at this random lady? Would you stalk her family? Would you follow her around? This is a lady you don't know, and she doesn't know you at all. I don't care that abuse and harassment, stalking, whatever, is a normal thing to do to people who are famous or a little famous, whatever. I don't care that it's normal. It doesn't mean I want it. It doesn't mean that I like it. I don't want whatever the f you think you're supposed to be entitled to whenever you see a celebrity. I don't give a f if you think it's selfish of me to say no for a photo or for your time or for a hug. That's not normal. That's weird. It's weird how people think that you know a person just because you see them online or you listen to the art they make. I'm allowed to say no to creepy behavior.
Chappell Roan, the only celebrity who seems to hate her fans so much that she may have sent a big buff security guard to traumatize a little girl for just smiling at her. But the thing is, when you mistreat a child of famous people, it's not so easy to wriggle yourself out of that scandal without getting cancelled. And to be honest, Chappell has had it coming for a while now. Now, Chappell Roan has dropped her side of the story. The mother of the young girl has also dropped her side of the story. But even though the internet has unanimously called out Chappell in the past for treating her fans like shit, on this particular case, people are actually divided, believe it or not. It all started with a post made by Jorginho Frello, a famous footballer who happens to be the stepfather to the 11-year-old girl who was harassed by Chappell's bodyguard. Now, it's a long post you can pause to read, but it goes into detail about how the young girl did not even speak to Chappell. She just walked past Chappell's breakfast table at the hotel and smiled at Chappell Roan, only to be approached by a security guard who berated her in front of her mother and warned her not to dare repeat what she did again. So the girl is not allowed to smile at another human being just because they're famous? I swear we give celebrities too much audacity. Anyway, after Jorginho Frello's post went viral and Chappell realized that she messed with the wrong one, she came out not to apologize but to exonerate herself from what happened. And shortly after she dropped that video, the mother of the girl, Catherine Harding, responded with her own video, and I'm going to play them one after the other so you get the uninterrupted POVs of both the alleged villain and the victim.
I'm just going to tell my half of the story of what happened today with a mother and child who were involved with a security guard who is not my personal security. I didn't even see a woman and a child. Like, no one came up to me. No one bothered me. Like, I was just sitting at breakfast in my hotel. I think these people were staying at the hotel as well. So the fact that, like, a security guard I did not ask the security guard to go up and talk to this mother and child. They did not come up to me. They weren't doing anything. It's unfair for security to just assume someone doesn't have good intentions when they have no reason to believe because there's no action even taken. Like, I do not hate people who are fans of my music. I do not hate children. Like, that is crazy. I'm sorry to the mother and child that someone was assuming something, that you would do something, and that if you felt uncomfortable, that makes me really sad. You did not deserve that.
Hi guys, good morning, bon dia. I wanted to say something because I'm getting so many messages about this now, and honestly I didn't realise it would get this crazy, but a lot of people ask me like what actually happened and everything else, and I know that Chappell has responded saying that it wasn't it wasn't her security and that she didn't do it. So 100% this security guard was not a security guard of the hotel. That's what I can say. He looks after artists, so I don't know if it was her personal security guard, but he was with her. So that is all I know. Did she send him to do it? Again, I don't know. Look, I would like to hope not, but at the same time, I think that you have a responsibility when you are a celebrity to make sure, I guess, that the people that work for you and that act on your behalf are acting on your behalf. So would he do that if he didn't have her authority to do so? I don't know. If he does, then obviously that's a big problem, because then he's representing her in a way that she doesn't want to be represented. So I think that's really important for her to notice and realize that's not correct. What happened, exactly as she said, she didn't notice anything or anyone, because as my husband said, nothing happened. Literally, we were staying in the same hotel, we were at breakfast, and we noticed a girl walk past with long red hair, very curly, and I said to my daughter, "Oh, do you think that's Chappell Roan?" And she looked and she said, "Oh my God, Mum, do you think it's her?" And so she said, "I'm going to go and have a look outside." And she was sat just outside in the garden area, which we were also free to go into. The door was open. And so I went back to the table to sit and eat, and my daughter walked through the door. She didn't have her phone. She didn't try to take a picture. She didn't approach her. She literally didn't do anything. She just looked at her and smiled. And she came back and she actually said to me, "Mum, I don't know if it's her." Because obviously she looks like, with her costumes and everything, she looks a little bit different. So my daughter said, "Oh my gosh, I'm not sure if it was her. I think it was her, Mum. It really, really looks like her, but I don't know. Maybe it's her sister." She said, "Maybe it's her sister." And I said, "Oh, I don't know, darling." And that was it. We continued our breakfast. And from that, then came the security guard, who, as my husband said, was had a very aggressive tone. And I feel like if she did not send him, even if she did send him or she didn't send him, I don't know. For me, I feel like it really overstepped a boundary, because he is quite an intimidating, he is very large. So for him to come over to a table with just a woman and her daughter eating breakfast, to kind of like berate and scold us and say that he was going to complain and tell me that I should be teaching my daughter to be better, and that she's badly educated, and we should respect people's privacy, and we should not harass people, and all of these other things. And I did try and explain to him the situation, that she's a child and she was just very excited to see her an artist and singer that she admires, and can he not understand that was all she was doing. And I explained to him also that my husband is also very well known, and that she's very used to being around people that are well known, and she would never cross someone's boundaries or overstep a mark. She very much knows the limits, not to ever be rude or make anyone feel. She understands very well. And I tried to explain this to him, and he just kept saying, "Well, if that's the case, then you should know better. You should know how it is. You should know how it is. So you should teach her to be better. You shouldn't allow her to be like this." And I was shocked. And I did actually say to him at the time, I said, "Well, if this is the case that she doesn't even want people to look at her, she is very welcome to eat breakfast in her room, because this here is a public area, and I am a paying guest as well as her. So if I want to walk past someone's table and look at them, I have every right to do so. I am not approaching her. I'm not doing anything to make her feel intimidated or nothing. Like, it's an 11-year-old child." So yes, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this now, because it's getting a bit crazy. But lots of people are sending me messages like, "Is this true? Is this true? Is this true?" And then lots of messages now about, obviously, Chappell's message that she's put out. So I hope that she did not know, and I hope that she did not send her security over to do this. I really think that she's a very, very, very talented artist. We liked her a lot. We came all the way to Sao Paulo to watch the show. It was my daughter's birthday present. She actually asked for tickets to come for her birthday present, which was a little bit ruined because we didn't go to the show last night. But it's how it is. But yeah. Anyways, it's how it is. We'll say no more on it. That's it. I hope that maybe if it wasn't her, that she learns to not allow the people that work for her to treat people like this. And yeah, that's the end of it. My daughter's now arrived, so bye-bye.
Now, after watching both those videos, I expect you to have some questions because I definitely do have a few questions. First, the hotel that this altercation happened at is known as the Palacio Tangara, which is located at Sao Paulo, Brazil. This is a 5-star hotel that is already used to welcoming famous and wealthy guests. So Chappell Roan was not like a sore thumb that stuck out, or a rose in the midst of thorns, or a royal personality in the midst of ordinary people. This means that the security guard who Chappell claims does not work for her personally, so therefore should work for the hotel, should be familiar with seeing famous and wealthy people. So why would he care if one rich guest gives a smile to another rich guest to the point of approaching them aggressively without being told to do so? And secondly, is it really difficult to believe that Chappell Roan did this to a fan, considering how she has been behaving towards her fans ever since she got famous? I mean, shortly before this happened, Chappell Roan went viral again recently for taking out her phone and making a video of her fans who had gathered outside her car while she was out for dinner in Paris, trying to embarrass them for trying to get like photos and autographs from her.
This is what it's like. So I'm just trying to go to dinner, and I've asked these people several times to get away from me.
Please step to the side. Step to the
This
side.
person I've asked several times to go away, and they will not. They're hiding their face because they're ashamed. Because I've asked them. These are all the people that are
Can you sign
completely disregarding all of my
My first time to
boundaries.
see you, Chappell. It's my
So
first time
this
to see you.
is, then go away.
Happy to see you.
So all of you, I'm
Love you
asking
too.
you kindly to please leave me alone
Yes.
and
Yes,
stop
sure. Yes.
following me
Can you
and
give her
harassing
something
me.
nice?
Can
Then
you
we go
just
home.
sign?
Thank
Chappell?
you.
What are you wearing,
No,
Chappell?
I'm not gonna sign.
Not
Thank
sign.
you.
Okay,
So
Chappell, no
this
problem.
is
You
what
have your
it's
choice,
like
yeah.
If you're wondering how it is.
And what are you wearing?
It's
Thank
impossible
you.
to
Chappell,
you're a fashion icon.
Fashion this.
Fashion icon right now, Chappell.
Thank you for the vlog.
And even if she did not even send that security guard to go after that little girl, her repeated behavior towards her fans has made it very comfortable and normal for people in her orbit to treat other people like this. And some people even believe that the only reason she actually addressed this issue is because it involved famous people. You see, I understand that it is difficult to be the center of attention. I mean, I'm an introvert and I don't even like it when people are looking at me. So I can only imagine how terrible and how worse it would be for celebrities. These celebrities are human beings as well, and sometimes they just don't want to be filmed in public, and I get it. I mean, we've seen crash outs from famous people in moments where they just don't want to be filmed and they just want to be left alone. But the honest and uncomfortable truth is that fame has its pros and cons. And one of these is the attention from the fans. But Chappell Roan's problem is that there never seems to be a time when she is friendly to her fans. There never seems to be a time when she wants to mingle and relate with her fans. And it's getting so toxic to the point where just smiling at Chappell has become an offense. And this is quickly destroying her reputation. Now, in response to what she did, or what she denies that she did, the mayor of Rio de Janeiro, I hope I got that pronunciation right, he's called Edward Cavalier, and he has banned Chappell Roan from performing at the city's annual festival, I mean for the whole tenure of his office. And it's not even as if she was even booked for the event in the first place. His post was a preemptive move to prevent her from even being considered as one of the artists to show at that event. Her behavior is beginning to negatively affect her career. And honestly, I don't believe that Chappell Roan is famous enough yet to be acting like this. In my opinion, her career is just taking off. And as an upcoming singer, the last thing you want is to be cancelled by your own fans. But like I said in the beginning of the video, while some people are calling for Chappell Roan to be cancelled, other people are actually blaming the fans and the paparazzi for encroaching on the space of famous people. But let me know what you think about the controversial Chappell Roan in the comments section, because the video ends here for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.